In the next 5 minutes, we're going to be gaining an understanding of how all people use only 5 ways of problem solving. It is known that there are 2 ends of this range of problem solving, and this is the first video in a series about problem solving, so please continue watching the rest. One end would be thinking like a chemist, an electrician, or a logistics coordinator. And the other end of the spectrum is like the fine or performing artist's problem solving. They're all trying to solve the problem, because all 5 ways can be used to bake a cake, and that's the problem. We want a cake and we've got these ingredients. How do we get there, right? Now, each of the 5 ways will have a solution, and these cakes might look different. Different approaches give different solutions. Keeping us in the shallow end of the deep pool, we're only going to be looking at problem solving in the rational way, as mathematical counting and figuring is one way. Ciphering, as I have heard it called at one time. The intuitive approach, we all know, you trust your gut. Your gut is right. It can come from your subconscious, basically processing all the things you've experienced in life, and your subconscious brings it up to the conscious level, and you go, aha, let's do it slightly differently because this will help us better. So that's the intuitive approach, where you're trusting your gut. But when we blend the rational and the intuitive approach, then we can go further. Each of these 5 ways are blending in the intuitive and the rational. And you may see where you are most commonly solving the problems. And then how do we apply that to a business or to ourselves in a productive way to make some money and to solve the problem and make it beautiful and meaningful to other people? Let's do this. It's not necessarily irrational and rational, it's rational and intuitive. Like I was saying, you got the intuitive, more intuitive, and you have the more rational. And this is more rational in this direction and more intuitive in this direction. For example, with just a little bit of intuition and a whole lot of rationale, you tend to have the material sciences. So the material sciences here, this could be physics, this could be chemistry, this could be the binary coding of 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now this combination turns them into a language, same with chemistry and everything else. Then you have a little bit more intuitive and still very rational. You can have technological sciences. More of your engineers. So the engineers apply these principles where they're software designers, which take the 0s and 1s and turn it into a program, into a product that bends just right. So that's the engineering technical science world. It is very rational and it does have a little intuitive more than the material sciences. You can swing down here into this space here. This would be the humanities. And the humanities could be psychology or sociology, and there's several other different categories of humanities. But this may be here where it's a good bit more intuition and just a little bit of rational, or a good bit of rational. Oh, and then the interesting thing is the higher level mathematics is not playing here in the material science. The higher level of mathematics is playing over here in the humanities. What are the rational numbers is over here in the material science. Boom, 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 boom. What could the rational numbers be? That's over here in humanities. This is the higher level of mathematics. So we're talking PhDs and such. You can see how the spectrum can work. And then farthest down on the intuitive spectrum, and still rational touch, is you have the fine and the performing arts. Anyway, so you have fine performing arts here, and this is music and theater, and how are you communicating this message or getting this point to the audience? And that is a problem to solve. What can be too far? What can be just right? How can you subtly get the right point of the cultural aspect that you're trying to communicate in your painting? Now, where is design? Some people think it may be over here. Design plays in this zone right here. And you may find if you like design, it's a good balance between here and there. So go to this next video if you want to go to that deeper into the pool where we're talking about the steps and the phases of problem solving in all of these different ways of thinking. And again, it's interesting to see where the design, problem solving, or approach fits among these other 4 ways of solving problems. So let's do this and keep it short and sweet, but deep.